Common protein myths. After 60, what really builds muscle? After 60, you're told staying strong is simple. Just eat more protein, more eggs, more shakes, another scoop. But what if that advice is making your legs weaker and your balance is less stable? After 60, more protein doesn't automatically build muscle. Following the wrong advice can steal strength, confidence, and control. Today, you'll learn the protein myths after 60 most people never question. By the end of this video, you'll understand what truly builds muscle and why some seniors grow stronger while others decline. Let's start with the biggest myth. Myth number 7. If you eat enough protein, muscle will take care of itself. This belief sounds logical. Eat protein leads to build muscle. That's how it worked at 30 or 40. But after 60, the body no longer works the same way. With age, muscles develop something called anabolic resistance. This means they become less responsive to the signals that normally tell them to use protein for repair and growth. In simple terms, you can eat the same amount of protein you ate at 40, and your muscles will respond far less. This is why so many seniors feel confused and frustrated. They're doing what they were told, eating eggs, chicken, yogurt, protein shakes, yet their legs still feel weaker. Recovery takes longer. Strength slowly fades. It's not because the protein isn't there. It's because the muscle no longer reacts to it the same way. Research shows that after 60, muscles need a stronger and more specific signal to turn protein into muscle tissue. Without that signal, much of the protein you eat is simply burned for energy or stored, not used for repair. This is why, after a certain age, how you eat protein starts to matter more than how much. Timing matters, quality matters, and the form of protein matters. And this brings us directly to the next myth. Myth number 6. Eggs are the gold standard for seniors. Eggs are often called the perfect protein, and for younger adults, they really can be effective. But for many people over 60, eggs quietly fall short, even when eaten regularly. Why? Because aging muscles don't just need protein, they need leucine density and easy digestibility to trigger muscle repair. Yes, eggs contain protein, but they deliver it in a way that doesn't always cross the activation threshold required by older muscle tissue. Research shows that many seniors fail to reach the leucine trigger point after meals based mainly on eggs. When that trigger isn't reached, muscle protein synthesis never fully switches on. The protein is present, but the muscle doesn't hear the message. There's another issue few people talk about. As we age, digestion changes. Egg protein tends to be absorbed less efficiently in older digestive systems compared to certain dairy-based, fermented, or aged proteins. This means less usable protein reaches the muscle, even if total intake looks adequate on paper. This doesn't mean eggs are bad. They can still play a role in a balanced diet. But relying on eggs as your primary or anchor protein, especially at breakfast, can quietly stall progress. Many seniors who switch from egg-heavy breakfast to more bioavailable protein sources notice improvements in strength, energy, and recovery within weeks. Not because they ate more protein, but because their muscles finally received a clear, strong signal. And this leads us directly to the next crucial factor most people overlook: timing. Myth number 5. Protein timing doesn't matter. For decades, protein timing was dismissed as bodybuilder talk, something only athletes worried about, not everyday people. But for seniors, protein timing isn't optional. It's critical. Here's why. As we age, muscle breakdown increases, especially at night. After 60, the body goes through longer fasting periods during sleep, often 8 to 10 hours without food. During that time, if muscles don't receive a steady supply of amino acids, the body looks for alternatives. and it finds them in your muscle tissue. In simple terms, muscles are broken down overnight to help support vital organs and basic functions. This is one of the main reasons many seniors wake up feeling stiff, weak, or heavy in the legs, even if they ate well during the day. This is where timing makes all the difference. Slow digesting proteins, especially casein-rich foods, have been shown to release amino acids gradually for 6 to 8 hours. That steady release helps protect muscle tissue while you sleep during its most vulnerable window. Seniors who consume the right type of protein before bed often experience less overnight muscle loss, improved strength in the morning, better balance and stability during the day. This isn't about eating more food, and it's not about late-night snacking. It's about protecting muscle when it's most at risk. If you're finding this helpful so far, take a moment to tap the like button. It helps this information reach other seniors who may be silently struggling with muscle loss, and it allows us to keep making videos like this. Now let's move to one of the most damaging myths of all. Myth number 4, plant proteins can't build muscle after 60. This myth keeps many seniors stuck, avoiding entire food groups out of fear they'll lose strength. But the truth is not that plant proteins are weak, it's that most people use them incorrectly. Some plant proteins do lack a complete amino acid profile, and if they're eaten casually or in small amounts, they may not support muscle well on their own. But when chosen strategically and combined properly, certain plant proteins can provide powerful muscle support and are often easier to digest than meat. Fermented, concentrated, or mineral-rich plant foods bring something animal proteins often lack: anti-inflammatory support. Chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the biggest hidden drivers of muscle loss as we age. It interferes with muscle repair, slows recovery, and blunts the body's response to protein altogether. Reducing that inflammation creates a far better internal environment for muscle maintenance and growth. This is why many seniors who replace some animal protein with targeted plant proteins notice meaningful changes, including improved digestion, reduced joint and muscle discomfort, better overall protein utilization. Muscle growth doesn't happen in isolation, it depends on the environment inside your body. And once you understand how important the internal environment is, another popular belief starts to fall apart. The idea that muscle after 60 can be built with protein alone, especially from supplements. Myth number 3, supplements are necessary after 60. Protein powders are heavily marketed to seniors, often presented as the easiest solution for staying strong. But here's what research keeps showing. Whole foods consistently outperform supplements when it comes to long-term muscle preservation. Why? Because real foods deliver far more than just protein. They provide essential minerals, bioactive compounds, anti-inflammatory agents, and components that actively support digestion. Protein powders, by contrast, deliver protein and very little else. For seniors, this difference matters deeply. Muscle function depends on nutrients like magnesium, calcium, potassium, and B vitamins, nutrients that powders often lack or provide in poorly absorbed forms. This explains why some seniors drink protein shakes every day, yet still feel weak, slow, or unstable. The protein is there, but the supporting signals are missing. Real food sends multiple signals at once. Supplements send just one. And when seniors follow these myths for years, it's easy to believe that muscle loss is unavoidable, even when it isn't. Myth number 2, muscle loss is inevitable after 60. This belief is everywhere, and it's wrong. Muscle loss is common with age, but it is not automatic. Studies consistently show that seniors who consume the right protein forms, reduce inflammation, protect overnight muscle, maintain light daily movement, can slow, stop, and even reverse muscle decline. What makes the difference isn't genetics. It's not willpower, it's knowledge. Many seniors regain leg strength, grip strength, and balance simply by correcting protein myths they followed for decades. And now we come to the most important truth of all. Myth number 1: protein builds muscle by itself. This is the most dangerous myth because it sounds reasonable. Protein does not build muscle on its own. Muscle growth after 60 requires protein, mineral support, blood flow, inflammation control, proper timing. When these align, muscle tissue responds, even in advanced age. This is why some seniors thrive on modest protein intake, while others decline eating far more. It's not about chasing numbers, it's about creating the right conditions. When muscles receive the right signals, they respond. Age does not stop that process. Confusion does. What actually builds muscle? After 60. Let's summarize what truly works. Bioavailable protein over sheer quantity. Leucine-rich foods to trigger muscle synthesis. Slow digesting protein at night to prevent breakdown. Anti-inflammatory foods to protect tissue. Mineral support for contraction and balance. Consistency, not perfection. This is why seniors who change how they eat often see results faster than those who simply eat more. Your muscles are not broken. They're just waiting for the right message. Final thoughts. If there's one thing to remember, it's this. Muscle loss after 60 isn't a lack of effort, it's outdated advice. Once the myths are removed, the body responds faster than expected. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which myth surprised you most? Share your experience in the comments. If this video helped, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who wants independence. Your strength isn't gone, it's just waiting for the right message.